Hey folks, Barry, Blast in the Desert here. I wanted to take a few minutes real quick. It's early in the morning, getting ready to head out to work. And the combination of that, getting ready, packing up my stuff for the day, and the conversation that I had last night was had me thinking about where we carry. And we talk a lot about, carry every day, carry everywhere you go, everywhere you can. And so there was a question that somebody had raised last night about carrying to a concert venue. Guy's gonna go see some bands play in Austin, and had a question about whether or not he could carry there. And Texas. Let me just preface this by saying this is going to be really Texas specific as far as the legal stuff. The general stuff will be obviously a little wider open. So his question was about a specific place in Austin that's known to me personally because just from a past life, it's just something that I know. It's a bar, and I'm willing to bet, of course I don't know exactly for sure because I'm not there, I'm willing to bet that it's what Texas TBC considers a 51% establishment, which means that it derives more than 50% of its revenue from sales of alcohol. Any places like that, carrying firearms is prohibited. That's just it's in the statute. It's in it's in the law. Don't do it. Texas Penal Code also has a section called "Places Weapons Prohibited," and that's a codification of where you can't carry firearms. It doesn't tell you where you can; it tells you where you can't, which I know may seem like it's saying the same thing, but it's really not. So, places weapons prohibited includes schools, hospitals, places where there's sporting events, if they're amateur, scholastic schools, professional, whatever. So you can't go to, certain places like that happening, with those events happening, and carry a firearm. It also the penal code also includes statutes for allowing other places to post relevant signage in order to prohibit weapons on their own. It's not in the law that says you can't carry in an office building, for example, but there is an option in the law that says if you're an office building or you're a retail shop and you don't want to allow people to carry guns in your store or your building, here is some signage that you have to put up, and it's got to be very specific. It has to be 1-inch lettering, offset colors, English and Spanish, etc., the whole thing. And so, but really what I wanted to talk about was one of the comments that somebody had made on that question about carrying at that particular bar, that venue, that establishment, was, someone said, if they won't let me carry, I would sell my tickets and go somewhere else. And I get that, you've decided that, you don't want to be there if you're not allowed to carry your gun. And that's fine. I mean, that's a decision that you want to make. And so what I wanted to ask and kind of present to everybody who might watch is, at what point do carry restrictions like that become such an impedance on our lives, our daily lives, our pursuit of happiness, that we have to stop and think, well, is it worth it for me to give up that thing in order to carry my gun? Is it worth it for me to go to this concert if it means I can't carry my gun? Is it worth it for me to go into this business if it means that I can't carry my gun? And again, I'm not making decisions for anybody. I'm not going to try to sway you one way or the other. I'm just going to give you my opinion, the way that I see things, and the decisions that I've made are based a lot on history, the statistics, my personal knowledge of situations, places, things like that. For things like going to a concert, if the venue has decided that they're going to be gun free, chances are pretty good that I'm going to go anyway. Now, whether or not I carry is going to depend entirely on, what level of security I think is there. If it's just, they have a sign up at the building that says, hey, please don't bring your guns in, and I see no security there, I see nobody, at the door checking purses and wanding people, whatever, I'm probably going to carry, because to me what that's saying is we don't want you to carry a gun, and we're not going to provide you any level of security while you're here. In that kind of a case, yeah, they're telling me that my security and safety is up to me, and in that case, I'm going to go ahead and carry. If I go, and this actually happened not a couple of years back. I was going to a concert with my son, and they had a sign, weapons prohibited. Again, it was not a codified place. It wasn't a places weapons prohibited, but they did have a sign up. They had security. They had visible security at the entrance. I could see them around the building. They had people at the gate, at the box office, checking bags, patting people down. They had the metal detectors, everything. And so I took that as saying, okay, they are taking security seriously. I understand. I know this venue. I know what goes on here. I know where to go inside there. I know where the exits are, things like that. I felt I made the decision that I thought I was going to be safe enough in that establishment for that evening, that I chose not to carry. And I went and I had a great time. Took my son to see Weird Al. It was fantastic. And, and I did it without my gun. So, like I said, I'm kind of curious. I'd like to hear some feedback from people. What is the sort of threshold, or how much thought have you put into, making that decision to say, okay, I'm not allowed to carry here, and so either I'll not go there, or I'll choose not to carry my gun for the 2 hours while I'm in that building, or the 15 minutes while I'm in that building, or that establishment, whatever it happens to be. So if you want to, go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you what to do. I always encourage you, of course, to know the relevant laws and statutes in your city, state, neighborhood, whatever it happens to be, and follow those. Beyond that, let me know what you think. And with that, I'm going to head off to the office. You all have a good day.